Hi everyone, this has been probably one of the most requested video in the channel. Let's see how to create custom truck skins for Euro Truck Simulator 2. Now some of you have also asked how to create skins for buses and cars like additional modes that we will discuss in the next video. In this video we will see how to create skins for the default trucks in Euro Truck Simulator 2. So there are a couple of softwares that you need. The first thing is all the template of the trucks skin templates. Now I'll leave the link in the description. You can download this here. They have a bigger file with a lot additional mode templates for additional modes and additional trucks. That's a larger file. For now we'll download this, which has the skins for all the default trucks, which is 614 megabytes. Next, what we need is a free software, image editing software called paint.net. If you guys are using Photoshop, that is enough, but the paint.net is a free software. So go to this web page, get paint.net, click on this download option. This will download the exe file or installer of paint.net. The next thing we need is a software called Mode Studio 2. Now again, this link I'll leave in the description. So the latest version today is 2021.02. If you're watching this video at a later point of time, you can download whichever is the latest version that time. Now Mode Studio comes in two options. One is an installer which you can download and install, and the other is a zip archive where you just need to extract the zip so that the application comes like a portable version where you can directly double click and run. So we'll download the zip version. Now there are different download options from upload.net and share modes. Upload.net have a higher wait time for free users, so we'll download from here, from share modes. Now if this doesn't work for you, let's say if this latest version, since it is a beta, is causing any issue for you, you can download the previous stable version, that is 2020.10, 2020.10 also if you want. So we'll download the latest version from share modes, that is the zip one. Now all the three files has been downloaded. I'll move all three to the desktop. So the first one is the ETS2 template. You can extract it with WinRAR or any extraction tool. So if you go to this folder, you can see it has all the different trucks in Euro Truck Simulator 2. So this is DAF. You can see the template in PNG format, these two, and Photoshop file, PSD format. Now these are two different truck sizes, cabin A and cabin B. Like trucks comes with a higher roof and a bigger cabin and all. So how many options are there for a truck? That many options will be there as a PNG file, or all these are already included in the PSD or Photoshop file. You can edit depending on which one you want to use. Now we'll install paint.net. It comes as a zip file inside which there is an exe file. After extracting, it's an exe file. You can double click and install this. Now the installation is done. I won't start it, so I'll just uncheck this and finish. So we have the paint.net installed. I'll remove the installer file. Now the next one is Mode Studio. Again, since we downloaded the zip archive, you can just extract it. and you're good to go. So I'll delete this. Inside this, if you go down, you have the application called Mode Studio 2 UI.exe. This is what you need to run. Now the first thing we'll do is we'll identify which truck we want to work with. For now, let's for the demonstration purpose, let's do it for DAF XF. Now you can see multiple cabins. So this is the super space cabin, this is the space aero cabin, this is the space cabin. Let's take the super space cabin. What you can do is you can right click and open it with paint.net. Do all your editing. Just to before you begin, you can add one more layer and paint it with white so that this template will be more visible. Now you can understand from this, right? Like this is the left side of the truck, right side of the truck, the rear side, this is the front side, the headlamp housings and all. So depending on that, you need to paint it accordingly. After you do the painting, you can go to File, Save As, and save it as a PNG file. Now when you're saving, you don't need to put this template, because this is only for us to understand where to paint. Okay, you can unhide this template and save it as a PNG file. I'll do the same thing in Photoshop because that's what I am more used to. So I'll open this with Photoshop. Now Photoshop is a paid software, that's why I've told you can use paint.net, because paint.net is pretty good capable. It can do almost everything that Photoshop does, not almost, but still whatever we want to do, and it's a paid software, so you can use whichever you feel right. I'll make some small simple skin fast. So I'm done for now. Now what you need to do is, as I told you before, you can remove this layer because that is not required. Now we will save this file as a PNG file. So this is my skin. My truck color will be black and I'll have red pieces somewhere here. I'll save this as a PNG file as we said before. So now we have the PNG file here. After that, you need to launch Mode Studio. Now the first time you run Mode Studio, it will ask you to install .NET framework. Now I had it installed, I uninstalled it just for the sake of explaining this. You can, when you click yes, it will take you to the latest .NET framework website. When I was downloading and installing this, it was again throwing error for me. That's why I'll leave these two links in the description of .NET 5 and .NET 3.1. So if you're using Mode Studio 2021.02, you can use this .NET 5. If you're using the previous version 2020.10, you can use .NET version 3.1. Now here in this page, go to .NET 5.0.0 and then download x64, 86, whichever version of Windows you are using. Now this again is a very straightforward installation. Once it is installed, you can launch Mode Studio once again and it will start running. Now once you have the Mode Studio launched, go to File and press New Project. Select ATS or ETS, whichever you are working with. If you're working with ATS have a separate template setup, so you can search in Google and you can get that downloaded from Steam. So since we are working with ETS2, I'll click on ETS2. Now click on this mode manifest. Here is where we type in all the details of the modes. So this is the mode name. So I'll just say DAF XF black skin. Mode author, you can type in the author name or your name. Mode version, you can put some version. So next time you are updating the same mode, you can give an incremental new version name. DLC dependencies, if you're making a mode that will depend on any of these DLCs, you can tick that. Since this is a skin for a stock truck, we don't need that. Mode category, you can put it as paint job. Now here in compatible versions, if you want to limit the usage of this mode to particular ETS2 versions, you can add those versions here. But since we can allow this skin to be used in any version, we will leave that blank. Go to icons, and this is the icon you see during where you load the mode. Now you can use a new JPG file and browse and point to that. For now, we'll just use this default icon. Now go to text. Here you can give whatever description you want to give about the mode. So okay. Now once it is done, go to this option, add template, and click simple truck skin. Now if you're using a trailer, you can use trailer skin. Now this is a simple option where you have lesser options. If you want an additional options, you can go to advanced truck skin. Both will do the same thing, but here you will get more options. If you want to add the skin, let's say you are making a trailer skin and you want it to in the traffic, you can take that AI traffic skin and AI traffic trailer skin. So depending on that, if you're making a trailer skin, you can choose as trailer skin. We will take a simple truck skin now. Here you will see you have all these options. We have taken DAF XF. Now if you're not seeing your vehicle here, you can try adding advanced truck skin. That will give little more options, I think. So we have taken DAF XF Euro 6 and we took the super space cabin, right? So if it works for all, you can tick all, but we made specific for the super space, so we'll put it here. Go to basic. Here you need to give some internal name. It doesn't matter, you can give anything, but you cannot. So whenever you're seeing this orange color, that means there is some error in it. So I'll just put DAF here. The reason why it was showing error is because you cannot use capital letters or certain symbols. So make sure you are not using that, and make sure you get this tick at the end so that everything is fine. The skin name, this is the actual skin name. So we will give a name for that. The skin price, this is the price you pay when you are adding the skin, when you're modifying the truck. So it cannot be 0, so keep it like whatever you want. Unlock at level, at what XP level you need this skin to be unlocked, I'll put it 0. And the base color you don't need to touch. Maybe in a more advanced tutorial we can discuss what this color, metallic options and mask options do. Once it is done, go to images, click on browse and select our image. Now it is done here. Go to icon. Here again, this is the icon that is shown when you are configuring the truck. We will just use the default one. You can click on use default and use the default one, or you can create one and point to that looking at browse. Then metallic option and mask option we'll leave as it is. So we are basically done. But I'll add one more point. So you saw it will only work for super space, right? And all these have different skin template. So if you want to add all in one file, you can add advanced truck skin and here you can select your truck, and when you are taking skins, you can add one skin for, let's say, super space. Then you can add one more image and you can tick space there. You can add one more and tick space arrow here. So all those 3 skins you can have in a single mode file, but we'll only make for one now, so I'll keep the simple truck skin only. So we are done here. Once it is done, you can save the project. It is better to save the project as a project file, because in case there is any error, you can edit it later. After that, you can export this mode. You can click on export. Now let's say you made some mistakes, right? Like here you didn't put this as 1. When you try to, it will save, but when you try to export, it will say there is some error. So you need to go back and fix that error. That error will be shown in this orange color and there won't be a tick mark at the end. Once all the errors are sorted out, you can go to export mode and then export it. Type in some name. It will be saved as a .scs file, that is the ETS2 mode file format. Once it is done, you can close this. Now we have the SCS file here. Go to Documents, Euro Truck Simulator 2 and your mode folder, and put this file into the mode folder as we do before. Now you can launch the game. Go to Mode Manager and select this mode. Now I told you this is the mode image. This is a mode that I have created, a skin mode, where I have given a custom image. Like that, instead of using the default, you can give custom images when you are creating the mode. Once it is loaded, confirm changes and continue the game. Now go to truck delays. Truck delays. We took DAF by online. So we took the DAF XF customize, and you remember the cabin we took was super space, right? Click that and then go to this paint jobs, and at the topmost you will see our mode. So this is the mode that we created. Now you remember I've added some red lines for the portion that comes here, the side skirt. So if you click on that, you can see the red lines we have added. Then I have painted the mirror as red. So if you go to the mirror option, you can see it is red. So like if you have kept some, and we have put I have put the roof as some gray color. So this is the skin that we have added. If you if you want to put some logo in that image, you can add some logo here. You can paint it anywhere you want. Couple of times you might have to do some trial and error to make the edges right, or to understand which part comes where. It might take some time. So once it is done, you can do all these changes, choose your skin and confirm, so that you can buy that truck. I hope you understood this video. If you have any questions, leave a comment. Also, a lot of you have asked how to create skins for additional modes like buses and cars, that we will discuss in the next video. Thank you so much, guys. And one more thing, if you I didn't touch in detail about the paint.net application. You can maybe search for simple tutorials on paint.net to create your own skins, or you can work with Photoshop if you already have it. Or if you want me to create a tutorial for paint.net later, you can also mention that. I can create one basic tutorial. Now once you have made your modes, you will have these SCS files which you can share with any of your friends or anyone. If you're planning to share it with everyone, you can use websites like this, Share Modes or any other websites, where you can log in, create an account, and then upload your file and share it to everyone. You can even get paid for people downloading from your account, from the files you have uploaded. Once you have created your modes, please leave the links in the description so that everyone else can see your modes. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. See you in the next time. Bye.